I started working on this project first time in June 2004, so it's coming up for 9 years since we first started working on Halley 6. It looks like something in space. It's made up of 8 different modules. Each one is 160 square metres, so roughly the size of a traditional terraced house in the UK. And there's 8 of these modules, and they're all strung together in a straight line. And they narrow down as they come together and join each other, and they're joined with flexible connectors like you get between train carriages. Now, 7 of them are blue and the same size, but we've got one special one, more or less in the middle, which is red, and it's about 3 times the size, and it's on 2 stories rather than 1 story, which are the other modules. And that big red module is our social heart. It's where the dining area is, the bar, places to watch TV, go online, kitchens, and there's a gym in there as well. And it really is the focal point of the new Antarctic station. Halley is a rather unique location. It's on what's called a floating ice shelf, which is where the ice has literally flowed off the main continent of Antarctica and is bobbing about on the sea. And that comes with certain hazards, in particular that every now and then that ice breaks off as giant icebergs. First 4 Halleys, they got buried and then they disappeared off on an iceberg. And Halley 5, the last station, it was stuck with its legs in the ice, and it was on the wrong side of a potential fault line. But the challenge here really was how to prevent the 6th station disappearing in the way that the previous 5 have disappeared. So in that case, our brief was to create the first fully relocatable research station ever built in the polar regions. So each of the modules is supported on giant hydraulic legs, which then sit on huge skis. The hydraulic legs are used to literally lift its feet up out of rising snow levels, and then when the time comes to move further inland to prevent disappearing on an iceberg, the modules lower down on their hydraulic legs, are disconnected from one from another, and are then pulled using bulldozers and tractors with track skis to a new location on the giant skis. We had a particular challenge at Halley in that all the building components have to be unloaded onto the sea ice next to the ice shelf, and that sea ice is quite fragile. It can only take a weight of around 9 tons, which in building terms is really pretty small. So we couldn't prefabricate whole buildings at a time. We had to literally split them down as if they were flat packs and then cart them across the sea ice and then put them all together when they're in the location for the new station. It's so remote in Antarctica. You are thousands of miles from the nearest normal habitation, which is in Cape Town in South Africa. Added to that, it's freezing cold. In some of the construction seasons when they were building Halley 6, guys were working outside in temperatures of around -30, and you just have to picture yourself, it's not just wandering around in that temperature, it's actually fixing bolts into steelwork when it's -30 and beginning to start blowing a heavy wind. Then in addition to that, you get blizzards, you get a very limited period of time that you can build, only 10 weeks, beyond which it really is just too freezing to be able to go outside and certainly put buildings up.